Guys, I hope you're well and welcome to another video. You've got Mr. Everything English. Now, what are we talking about today? Today, we are making the difficult easy. We are making the complicated super simple, and we're making what is normally taught to grade 8 and grade 9 accessible for everyone. I'm going to show you guys in this video, step by step, how to create and how to use high-level grade 8 and grade 9 language devices in your writing. Now for this video guys, we are focusing on oxymoron, but more importantly, how you use juxtaposition, which is the best friend of oxymoron. These language devices guys are really high quality. Now a lot of people can tell me what they mean. Giving a definition is easy, but a lot of students struggle in actually using them in their writing. Now, when would you be expected to use these language devices in your writing? It's for paper 1 question 5 and paper 2 question 5. The other questions in your literature and language exam, you are picking language devices and you're explaining their effect. But for question 5s, for both of them, we are expected to use language devices in your writing. So guys, let's go through now how you actually create and use oxymoron, and more importantly, juxtaposition. How's it done? How do you create oxymoron and how do you create juxtaposition? Now, to create juxtaposition, we have to first talk about how we create an oxymoron. So let's begin, guys. What is firstly an oxymoron? What is firstly an oxymoron, guys? An oxymoron, guys, very straightforward, very simple, is when you have two opposite words side by side. So guys, an oxymoron is when you have two opposite words side by side. However, these two opposite words, guys, have to be an adjective plus a noun. Now remember guys, there are many other ways of creating an oxymoron, but I'm trying to show you guys the easiest way for you guys to do it in your exam. I'm not here to sound clever, I am not here to make your life difficult. I want to give it to you so when you're in your exam, you can pick it up and go. So you pick an adjective plus a noun. An adjective is a describing word. A noun is the name of something. So the first thing we do is we pick an adjective. So the first thing we do guys is we pick an adjective. So for example guys, for example, let's pick the adjective slow. Let's pick the adjective slow. Now once you've picked your adjective, step number 2, you pick an opposite noun. You pick an opposite noun. So let's brainstorm. What's the opposite of slow? It's fast. Now name me something that is really, really fast. I'll think of football only because of Ronaldo's transferring recently. So let's think of a footballer. So our noun is footballer. And done. There we have our oxymoron. Our oxymoron, guys, based upon this example, is the slow footballer. We have two opposite words side by side. We have a adjective plus a noun. Let's do it again, and we can keep going and going and going and going. Let's look at the adjective. Let's look at the adjective massive. Let's look at the adjective massive. Now, what's the opposite of massive? The opposite of massive is small. What is really, really small? An ant. The massive ant is an oxymoron. So you think of an adjective and you think of an opposite noun. Let's do one more, let's do one more, let's do one more. We had slow, we had massive, let's do small. Actually no, let's do boring, let's do boring. Now I'm describing something as being extremely boring. Now, what's the opposite of boring? I don't know, fun and enjoyable. So guys, fun and enjoyable. Now, what is typically fun and enjoyable? A theme park. So a boring theme park can be seen as an oxymoron. So guys, this is how you create an oxymoron. And I repeat, there are many other ways. It doesn't always have to be noun plus adjective. However, I'm trying to give you guys the easiest way that you can do it in your exam. You simply think of an adjective, which is a describing word, you think of the opposite, and then you think of a noun. That's it. Think of an adjective, think of an opposite noun, put them together, and you've got your oxymoron. Now, that's lovely, guys. That is absolutely lovely. However, an oxymoron is a good language device. Guys, an oxymoron is indeed a good language device. But the language device that I want to talk about is how do you use and how do you create the following? And that is juxtaposition. Juxtaposition is a much higher level language device than oxymoron. Now, oxymoron, guys, is two opposite words. Juxtaposition is two opposite ideas. So guys, juxtaposition is when you have two opposite ideas running throughout a text. This could be a paragraph, it could be throughout the whole essay. So for example, if I spoke about how much I love COVID, this is juxtaposition because you're not supposed to love something like a disease. Now, how do you create juxtaposition, guys? It's very simple. You take your oxymoron, guys, you take your oxymoron and all you do is you explain how. That's it. You basically explain the oxymoron. The moment you begin explaining, if you explain it for long enough, it will eventually turn into juxtaposition. And that's it, that's all you have to do. Now guys, on this side of the board, I'm gonna turn the oxymoron. Guys, on this side of the board, I'm gonna turn the oxymoron slow footballer into juxtaposition. So if I said, the slow footballer, there is my oxymoron. Wow, I didn't even talk that. So guys, if I said the slow footballer, can you all see that? Can you all see that? Yes, you can. So guys, if I said the slow footballer, I've used my oxymoron. And there it is there. The slow footballer was huffing and puffing. He could not go on. He much rather be at home with his feet up and a large pizza with some cookies. Okay, now I started off with an oxymoron. Like guys, I know it's not the longest, but I'm conscious because of space on the board. I started off with an oxymoron, slow footballer, and then I explained how my footballer is slow because he's not invested. I'm talking about how he much rather be at home eating cookies and pizzas, and this isn't the place for him. Now, that's too short. In your writing, you want to make it last for at least a paragraph, which is about 6 to 8 lines. Even better, guys, if you can trickle it throughout your entire writing. But all you do, guys, to create juxtaposition is you explain the oxymoron. You explain how the footballer is slow. You explain how the ant is massive. For example, if I said the small giant is an oxymoron. The small giant was tiptoeing, trying to reach the jam jar on the top shelf. He was stretching his arms and wriggling his fingers, but even though he was standing on a chair, he still could not get the jam jar off the shelf. I've explained how my giant is small. I've explained the oxymoron. I've taken a grade 7 language device and I've turned it into a grade 8 or 9 language device. And guys, that's really it. That's all you have to do to use an oxymoron and how you turn an oxymoron into juxtaposition. Try it and use it in your writing. Alright guys, I'll end the video here. As always, thank you for your support. It's been Mr. Everything English. Peace.